day of my 19, in the hour that goes unseen, in a second comes the thing. I know it's real and then it's gone. Is it like this for everyone? In the space between I do, in a heartbeat it slips through, between a crystal and the floor, a wave and the shore, a perfect word that I can't say, but I keep trying anyway. In broken time, a dream sublime, in my perforated mind, awoken, unbroken, unspoken, a perforated mind. A perforated mind. My perforated mind.
Check one.
In broken time, a dream sublime, in my perforated mind, awoken, unbroken, unspoken, a perforated mind. My perforated mind. My perforated mind. In my perforated mind. My perforated mind.
All right. I think we're ready to go. All right. Let's see. Did this work? Did it come? Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. It's South Park's Megaworldwide. Sorry, I'm starting a little bit late today. This is family FaceTime day, and sometimes things go a little bit later, and that's just life and stuff like that. And as we say around here quite often, family first. So hit that like, share the show. Welcome. Glad you're here. I got Friday Eye tomorrow is going to be, I think, hours long. Somebody better tell Rob to just buckle in, buddy. They did a 24-hour live stream of the Figure 3 robot sorting packages. Thanks. That's a song I wrote in the early 2000s called Perforated Mind that I just got around to finishing. Actually, I had a finished version. I just never released it. So anyways, that's a good one. There you go. I thought it was only a 8-hour work stream. Nope. It's going on and on. But we're going to cover a ton of stuff. Man, oh, Shevitz, there's a ton of stuff to cover today, though. So let's jump straight in because Trump's China trip has not been received very well from the general maggotry because he did a little too much ass kissing. He even allegedly drank alcohol, which I also debate. I don't necessarily think that's the case. I guess it's a possibility that he really did drink champagne, but like everything else he does is a fucking farce. So I don't know why this wouldn't be as well. But this is being celebrated by and large that by Bendover Johnson and all these other folks as a sign that he has somehow chucked everything he believes. Is that the also Bendover tends to think apparently that, well, I'll show you. This is super weird. I don't know why he thinks this is a fuck. I don't know why he thinks this is a complimentary that Donald Trump has ultimately shown himself to like throw away all of his standards, even the one, that he's allegedly believed about the death of his own brother. Just chuck it out the friggin' window because it's Xi Jinping and you got to go over there and kiss some ass. So here's Bendover responding to this chicanery.
So President Trump has had an unbelievably productive visit to China.
Yes, I don't believe it's productive. If that is what you mean, right? That no one believes it's actually productive.
It has probably been the single most consequential day of his presidency.
That's fucking pathetic. He slept through most of it. And consequential, it was a bunch of marches and parades and clapping. And then Xi Jinping basically threatened him, like, don't stop us if we decide to attack Taiwan or we'll fuck you up. Was basically what it was.
So far. And all
and this, the like Chinese Twitter is all up in playing all these like videos of Trump sitting around in a Beijing bikini, smoking and eating shit at a night market with Xi Jinping. Like, I don't know how Mr. Gold Laminated Everything will take this as a compliment.
I'll explain what I mean by
that. He's smoking cigarettes and drinking beer while eating chicken off the street. Yeah.
That. But I got to tell you, one of the greatest side quests has been toggling my X account to posts that are only.
Dude, that's your whole fucking show. Hold on. Look at the fucking posts across the top of here. These are just X tabs. That's his whole goddamn show. He's just flipping through X tabs. I mean, it's good money if you can get it. I mean, if the Russians are already paying you ahead of time, who gives a shit what you actually fill the airtime with? But Jesus Christ, this is some of the most lazy programming I have ever seen.
Only in Chinese and seeing what Chinese people are saying about President Trump and his.
No, you're seeing what filtered stuff that the Chinese government allows out about Trump from the Chinese internet. It's a subset of a subset of a subset of you dipshit.
His visit, and I got to tell you, is absolutely remarkable. For instance, this is the meme.
Tom Burt, just saying,
Meme at
Benny Johnson, Shiga Bentan.
At the top of my feed.
He's a moron, is what I just said in Chinese. The direct translation is rotten egg, which basically means his head is a rotten egg. It's how they talk about Trump too.
Directly from Chinese Twitter.
Night market, the food is amazing. Cheers to that. 这个夜市真热闹，大家一起吃得很开心. It's great, the best night market. The food is amazing. Cheers.
Why Trump has Elon Musk's voice is I guess proof positive that they don't have the best AIs yet.
To that. 这个夜市真热闹，大家一起.
This is what Chinese people have discovered Trump AI memes.
No, they haven't. They're making him. And it's he's the big dog at the table, and the rest of them are just sitting around drinking what he's paid for. He's shaming man boobs over here. And by the way, I'm sorry, even though it's fake, like there should be a nut warning on any of the Trump stuff. Trump's nut is the thing of nightmares, so have a barf bag handy. Benny is, of course, talking out of his ass like any of the other China suck-ups online.
I don't even know if this is legal in China, but it's happening, and this has been seen by millions.
It's not. They don't have access to this. This is accounts outside, or this is accounts that are specifically built by the Chinese government to either flatter Trump or shame him, or in most cases, both. Dumbass. Also, hit the like, share the show. Super chat's always welcome. Thanks very much.
Millions of people. It's done numbers. You can show the original, right?
Yeah. By Crypto Xiaoxiang. Xiaoxiang? Little Xiang? Okay. Yeah, it's Crypto Xiaoxiang. Xiao is small in Chinese. If you look at that second character right there, that one right there, that's Xiao. And the small and big is Da. Da Xiao. That's easy to remember because the character for Da looks like somebody holding their hands out really wide, going, this thing was big. And Xiao looks like somebody holding their hands like this, going, this guy, you know, and Xiao, very small.
This is what the after party tonight, the after party following Trump's Xi meeting be like. And I'm translating all of these.
You're not translating them. This is the translation on X. You're translating them. Shut the fuck up.
Posts, right? But it's amazing to see what Chinese Twitter is actually saying about this unbelievable meeting today. And
why is it unbelievable? And what they're not saying anything. They're saying after the meeting, they're going out for beer, chicken, and cigarettes, like a bunch of basically evil uncles.
And of course, this is a major brag on the Chinese stemware here, and it is
making my hands itch to touch it. Okay,
is really something else. The Chinese dinner accoutrement is
you might even call it fine china, Benny.
Yikes.
Dude, what do you mean yikes? You don't even know what's in it, asshole.
Very nice. Makes you
it's the plate.
Hungry.
No, it doesn't make me hungry. I don't get hungry looking at dishes, you dipshit. This is literally what, if there is food, it's in that little thing. It's just like, I don't even know what they're serving, but nobody gets hungry looking at forks, you fuckwad.
Is yikes. Very nice. Makes you hungry just looking at it. You'll notice some of these wine glasses right here for a magnificent state dinner that they
one of those is a water glass usually, but
served President Trump. Now, as you may well know, President Trump never drinks
not anymore
alcohol. And the reason for that is his
which is a lie also. Yes, he does.
Brother, who was a degenerate alcoholic.
Fuck you, dude. Why was he a degenerate alcoholic? I mean, he was an alcoholic, but Fred was the alcoholic. Trump is the degenerate. It's just it's an important distinction.
Died in an alcohol-related car accident, and as the story goes, President Trump does not partake in alcohol.
As the story goes, but obviously that's not the case.
And Chinese Twitter, before even American Twitter, noticed something stunning here, which is that President Trump did, in fact,
throw out all of his values, especially the one around his dead brother, and to blow it off entirely just to suck up to Xi Jinping. Huh.
Drink a glass of champagne, we believe, in honor of his partnership with Xi Jinping. And what's remarkable about this, some people are saying that it's not actually alcohol. I would beg to differ, because what you can see here is President Trump's reaction.
I had to look it up because I wasn't. I thought I remembered this differently. But listen to Bend Over Johnson.
Trump did, in fact.
Hold on.
Stunning here, which is that President Trump did, in fact, drink a glass of champagne.
Hold on.
Who was a degenerate alcoholic, died in an alcohol-related car accident.
What? I had to look that up because I was like, that's not what happened. He had a heart attack. He just died. His body was shit from drinking his whole life was the theory. He was 42 and he died of a heart attack, but it was because of excessive drinking. In 1981, he died at 42 from a heart attack caused by complications from alcoholism. He died alone at Astoria General Hospital in Queens, New York, because nobody came and visited him. He was a pilot for TWA. And, he didn't die in a fucking car accident, you dickhead. Anyways, back over to here. So here's Trump drinking.
Drink a glass of champagne, we believe,
by the way,
in honor of his partnership. with Xi Jinping. And what's remarkable.
Why? What the fuck is Chinese about champagne, you dumb motherfucker? Okay. I'm going to teach everybody a Chinese phrase. How about that? Here, chat room, gather around. Well, I'm going to teach you a Chinese phrase that only a few of us can use, but it might come in handy. You can the easiest one is I don't drink alcohol. 我不喝酒. 我不喝酒. That's it. 喝 is drink. 吃 is eat, right? So 我吃素了. Like I eat vegetables, right? I'm a vegetarian essentially. That's how you would say that. But 我不喝, I don't drink. But you wouldn't say it that way. You would specify what it was. 我不喝酒, 酒 being alcohol, right? Like 我喝茶, 我喜欢茶. I like tea, for example. And don't get me started on measure words. But you're not expected to drink if you don't drink. It's not dishonorable not to drink a toast in China with alcohol. It just isn't. It's like they're just shaming him. Right? Is Ozzy my real dad? I fucking know, man. I was trying to try fucking. It's like I've been wondering that my testosterone is screaming. Shut up! I'll put you in the refrigerator again. He might be. All right. So Benny's full of shit. Trump's drank before. That's always been a lie. And it's even worse for your dude if he's drinking in China to toast. He's not in fucking Germany with a beer or in France. Champagne is from France. Otherwise, it's sparkling white wine, you dumb motherfucker. All right.
About this, some people are saying that it's not actually alcohol. I would beg to differ.
Okay, this is really weird. This is how he decides he doesn't believe Trump is drinking fake alcohol or drinking a substitute for alcohol or non-alcoholic champagne. And his theory is because Trump makes a Percy face after he does it. When all this motherfucker does is drink soft drinks, especially Diet Coke. I don't know why. I mean, can you imagine the face he makes if he drank a glass of milk?
Differ. Because what you can see here is
this is super fucking weird. Why? All right. I apologize for any close-ups that occurred during this segment.
President Trump's reaction.
By the way, just so you know, Ben Dan as in rotten egg. Dan is egg. Ben is rotten. His name is Benny. Draw your own conclusions. Often Ben, or if you say it with a Beijing accent, you throw a little R after the N, which would be Humper. Like that. It's a weird way of saying it, but Humper means very stupid. Humpen, very stupid. Very, like his brain is rotten. That's what that means. There you go. So he walked into that rake.
You can see Donald Trump purse the lips and, like what you would do if you were actually teetotal.
Maybe it's just water.
Like, let's say you...
And he's like, what the fuck is that? I can taste both H's and an O.
Never drank alcohol or don't drink alcohol. This is the way that your body responds to a glass of alcohol, even a small amount of it. That would be in, let's say, champagne, or perhaps it's a...
Oh, simmer the fuck down, dude. If you drink nothing but children's drinks, maybe, which, of course, is what Trump is up to. This whole, like... He looks like he's spitting, like, into... He's like, There you go.
Rice wine or something.
Sake? Yeah, it's not sake. They didn't give him a shot of sake, dum-dum.
That they would drink in China. I'm certainly no expert on Chinese alcohol. But what you could see is Donald Trump then even lurch forward a little bit because his body just doesn't consume alcohol. And that's what makes me think for damn sure that President Trump drank this alcohol on behalf of good vibes, ethics.
Why? What the fuck difference does it make? Who would give a shit? They brought it to him on a fucking tray. Have your own person chuck it out and replace it with something. What are you talking about? What? How is this like a necessary suck up? This is pathetic.
Showmanship.
Showmanships. Yeah. Watch. Huh? Check this out. Everybody, drum roll, please. Ugh. 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 I don't really do that. Ugh. What is that? Okay, I did it. Thanks very much. Wow. Why am I starting to feel... Wakes up the next morning, his pants are on backwards.
Camaraderie. The good old natured spirit of brotherhood and friendship.
Which he does with none of our European partners. All the fucking sudden, it's just a big... Why didn't he just lick his balls, Benny? If he's going to go that far, drink the alcohol that killed your brother, which is why you don't drink in the first fucking place, apparently. Just throw that out the fucking window. Why don't you just, like, slap his taint with your tongue, you weirdo? And, in the show of brotherly love.
Which is often had over a glass of alcohol.
Unless it isn't, because you don't drink, because your brother died of alcoholism and you don't do it, and the people that you're with fucking respect that. What are you talking about?
It has always been that way. It was that way in the time of Christ. It's like that in the time...
What? Is that why Jesus turned all the water to wine in a fucking desert? I always thought that was a dick move. I gotta admit, I'm not the type that would second guess Jesus, but I gotta say, if I was in the desert, I'd rather have water. Can you do me a favor, Jesus? You know this wine, the spoiled grape juice that everybody's getting loopy on? We got a long walk ahead of us. Could you turn some of the wine to water, please? I'm feeling a little parched.
Today. You can see this post is originally in Chinese. Here we go. As everyone knows, Trump had a long abstained from smoking and drinking, but China's ultra high level reception this time far exceeded his own expectations.
Oh, God. And you're just going to take this as true, right? Yeah, that's what you're going to do, Benny? You're just going to read this. Some rando fuck on X wrote this, and it's like, well, hot off the wire.
This level of reception is something no other country president could provide, only China and only the current Trump.
And only the current Trump. No. Obviously, the British royal family has done stuff similar, whatever. The one thing China does have is a lot of people standing around doing fuck all, so they can force them to stand out there and wave flags, and the volume of people can be overwhelming. That's what they did at the Olympics.
And so Trump reciprocated with the utmost respect, downing a ceremonial drink from the way that he kept pursing his lips after finishing.
Oh, so you didn't even come to this conclusion yourself. You just drew this from somebody else's fucking Chinese post? Jesus Christ, man. It was bad enough when you were a stenographer for Russia. Now you're a stenographer for Chinese bot Twitter.
And you could tell how uncomfortable he was. Back in the day, his brother Fred died from years of heavy drinking and solemnly warned Trump to stay away from alcohol before passing. To live to the age of 80, get reelected 2 terms as president, and receive such treatment from a superpower beyond the U.S. with immense...
Ouch. So, Benny, you're gonna take it that they're saying that China is a bigger superpower than the U.S. That's what they mean in the original Chinese. That's the translated part.
Wealth, a house full of children and grandchildren, a life lived like this. It is already the stuff of legends.
Well, simmer down. He's going to die picking tiles for the fucking White House public bathroom. Also, congratulations on striking today's goofiest fucking face.
What an amazing post. It's like beautiful. It's eloquent. Again,
what? It's insulting, shithead.
Again, I'm showing you this because they're originally in Chinese.
Yeah, we get that happens. Some of us have seen foreign languages before,
and we're translating these posts. You can tell.
No, you're not. You just stop saying "we," motherfucker. You're not You're clicking a button. Grok is doing it.
Trump is genuinely delighted.
What an asshole! This is so fucking annoying. This is so annoying.
Even as he raised his glass to toast the entire room. It's worth noting that he's a lifelong teetotaler who has never consumed any alcoholic beverages in his life. Trump has publicly stated multiple times that I have never had a glass of alcohol. The main reason he does this is because of his
Right, but he also said he didn't sexually assault 27 women, including an underage girl, when he was friends with Jeffrey Epstein. He also said he barely knew Jeffrey Epstein, and he kicked him out and wasn't a fan, even though he was friends with him for like 27 fucking years, and arguably still is, because he's probably still alive. And also his other best friend was Roy Cohn, who was another dead pedophile, and he hangs in those circles entirely. So I don't know why you would take the alcohol thing seriously. As somebody who's never drank, for real, I have not. I do not. I don't do drugs. I don't smoke. I don't drink alcohol. Well, 不喝酒. That's why I had to learn that phrase when I first went to China. I don't buy it. As a matter of fact, I think when on these long flights, they're giving him a sugary girl drink to down his Ambien.
His older brother, who suffered a health collapse due to long-term alcoholism.
Apparently that health collapse, according to you, was that he got hit by a car while he was drunk.
And passed away in 1981 at 43 years old. It stuck with him deeply.
Yeah, but not for long. I mean, everything's got a shelf life.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody, very much.
感谢。
Another angle of it.
Yeah, it just looks like he just drank it. It was sparkling apple juice, like a fucking kid's birthday party, you asshole.
And you can see Donald Trump. There on the.
Yes, you're right. I that was true. Broken clock moment from Benny. I could see Don. Yeah, I'm fairly certain that was him. It was hard to see past the nunt and everything, but yeah, I assume that was him. Incredible. Look at how Chinese Twitter is talking about Trump. Total love and respect. No, they're not, you dumb motherfucker. They're mocking him. They're saying this asshole's brother died of alcohol poisoning, effectively, and he said he would never drink, and his brother warned him to do it, but to kiss Xi Jinping's taint, he drank alcohol because he had to suck up to our leader. That's what they mean, dumbass.
On the stage, incredible. Look at how Chinese Twitter is talking about Trump. Total love and total respect.
Okay, first of all, you didn't say total love and total respect. You added another total. You just wrote total love and respect. And thirdly, you're an idiot.
It's a beautiful thing to see. Here we go. One more. Again, just showing the translation. It proves that saying.
Yeah, they're repeating this everywhere. It's another Xiao account. Lil somebody. Lil Nyo. Yo Yi. So little 6. Little 61. Little 961. Nyo. Yeah. Nyo Liao Yi. That's 9616. All right. Anyway.
Saying even the king of understanding shows up. He's got to raise.
So it proves the saying, even the king of understanding shows up. He's got to rise a toast. Trump's been teetotaling his life mainly because of his brother Ed. He took a tiny sip, raised his glass of Chinese-sided toast to show respect. All right. So that's an oddly translated idiom.
Raise a toast. Trump's been teetotal his whole life. But today.
And he chucked that shit out the window just to suck up to Xi Jinping for fear that he'll drop another pandemic on him, I guess.
At the state banquet, he took a teeny sip, raising a glass to the Chinese side in a toast in a show of respect. And
why wouldn't it be a show of respect to not serve alcohol to somebody who doesn't fucking drink, you weirdo? Guess what? MBS doesn't have to fucking do that. None of the Muslim leaders have to do that.
And of course, you can see all the Chinese comments there.
Because it's not up for debate. Dude, how is this fucking weird? Like, how this weirdness, like, okay with him? Why would you fucking suck up like this? There's no way I would drink. Like, I don't drink now. I'm not going to drink then. I'm not going to break it just to do a toast. I don't drink. End of fucking conversation. What are you worried about insulting them? Sorry, they're insulting you. They lose face if they try to serve somebody who doesn't drink alcohol. That's how it works.
And
It's fucking champagne.
in the comment section, right. Trump's China visit breaking his no drinking rule. Just this alone gave plenty of face to the Chinese side. Many people don't understand that although Trump attends lots of banquets, he never touches a drop of alcohol. At other state banquets, old Trump always.
God damn. This is amazing. Benny is just celebrating the idea that Trump is a complete fraud on all fronts. Damn. Anyway, so I think he jumps up. I'm going to jump ahead because he talks about some other shit, I think, right? There's got to be, right? Nope. He's just going off on, oh, yeah, he talks about Elon Musk's kid wearing Chinese clothes and bringing the kid along with him. And that they go, and then, there's these other, hanging around.
Perfect.
They're all leaning in to light Xi Jinping's cigarette is the idea.
Back to the memes. Right, here we go.
This is so cool. I love this. Such a picture. I'm so excited because...
Here's everyone getting, can I get a light? And the entire...
No, they're not everyone. Can I get a... They're all lighting his cigarette, you dumb motherfucker. It's insulting. There's a hierarchy in groups. There's the dude who pays for everything is the big dog, and everybody else is a suck up. And when he pulls out his cigarette, they all lean in to light it, you dumb son of a bitch. This is embarrassing. They're doing it on purpose. It's like pantsing them.
The entire delegation gives the light. Okay, good.
No, not good, you shithead. What are you talking about? Why do you think this is good? Even if you don't know this, shit. Is anybody in the audience? I need to know. Chat room. I know a lot of you probably aren't as familiar with Chinese culture as I am, having spent years over there. That picture doesn't look like it's a show of power by those guys, does it? Where they're all leaning in to light basically Xi Jinping's cigarette from his POV. You can understand that without knowing much about Chinese culture. You can see that. Goddamn right, I've been to China a lot. Here, you want to see some shit? Hold on, I'll just in case anybody's wondering. Let's see. I'm gonna open my. Let's see. Where's my? Yeah, here we go. Take this. Nope, I don't. I need to open that. There you go. Come here, you silly thing. Where'd you go? Okay, here it is. This is Explore China. Get out of here. All right. There you go. Let's just do this. Open this up. Slide this over here. And then I think I can just, just play these things or whatever? I'll just rotate them through. So this is, shrinking this down so it'll fit. The impromptu trip photos, which are always fun from a travel point of view. You guys remember what I look like with short hair. This is right before COVID. Here you go. There I am walking around in a little Chinese market. There we go. Let's go to here. This is just dun, 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 dun. There we go. Just walking around, looking at the sights. There you go. That's our cinematographer behind me setting up a shot. These are the little canal boats where everybody fucking runs into each other. It's supposed to just be these little like paddle engine boats that you can go out in, and everybody gets jammed up in this thing and yells at each other. It's hilarious. Yeah, little tuk-tuks running around. This is one of the buildings there. Yeah. She honors the enduring legacy of Marx in China Daily. There you go. A bunch of sculptures, one of the pastry shops, which was the Gertz guy. He brought over he's German, I think, and he brought over a yeast for the bread that he sells in this patisserie that he runs from that place. So that's his grandfather who brought over this, who made this yeast in Germany. So I'm, by the way, when we're doing this, I'm just walking around while everybody's filming and stuff and picking up like B-roll of shit in case we decide we need it later. So images like this and catching what I can get. We were visiting in one of the big mall areas in Beijing. Yeah, there's Gertz. This was outside Shanghai, I think. Tianjin. I think they all run together. Anyways, nice enough guy. Cool. Still got that jacket. It's a good time. There's our shooting permission. I ate some of the food there. There's some of the buildings. There you go. This is one of the hotels. This was one of our workers' tattoos, which is cool. A bunch of people getting yelled at. This is, here you go. Here's the same place Trump was today. There you go. Forbidden City. Think. There's our director. And it's one of the temples. Needless to say, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Taking plenty of selfies in this country. There you go. Oh, this is when I tried. There's like a singles market off this way, and they don't let you film. So they wouldn't let us film over there, where people like try to marry off their kids. So they set up a little display of their son or daughter, mostly their sons, because they're trying to get their the daughters don't take a hard sell. There aren't as many of them. Thanks, one child policy. Yikes. And so they set up these things, and you just go over there, and they can look at who your son is and think maybe he'll be a good match, or he's got money and a house, and it's got basically all of his stuff, like a picture of his car and all this other shit. And it's their singles market. It's basically like over in the woods over there, or in that side of the park. And we got in, they always get in trouble when we were trying to film stuff. This is one of the theaters that we went to. I walked around on the stage, which was a lot of fun. There's our director's head again. And one of the things you'll notice, now granted, there wasn't a show going on at this particular thing where we were, but in a city of allegedly, 20 or 30 million people, do you notice, I'm adorable. Do you notice how few people there are around? I mean, this was at a little bar. I saw this band play, and they sounded like the Cranberries. Little rock bars that they had, which was cool. Did some walking footage. But you'll notice that, like, there's lots of buildings where people are allegedly living, and not a lot of people around them. There's the Apple Store. I think that was that wasn't the Beijing one. Me wearing my NASA shirt. Oh, this is Wangfujing. Okay, so this is the big shopping area. Okay. Think of Times Square. Okay? And I know I'm pointing up a little bit, but I'll see if there should be some shots that show there's me eating bugs. They got mad at me for filming. It's eating a scorpion, and in the little night market next to Wangfujing. You ever been on a New York subway or Japanese subway where they're like, holy shit, there's a lot of people and it's packed? And then you go into a city that supposedly got 35 million people in it and you got plenty of elbow room, which is very strange. There shouldn't be a seat available kind of anywhere, but there is. Okay, so anyways, needless to say, you get it. I all over. I went to this little demo town. I went to see a bunch of kids who were little athletes, getting awards and all that kind of stuff. It was very cute. They had their little thing. All Cats Have Asperger's. This book was for sale over there. It was so weird. This is my favorite statue in all of China, which is this golden, I think it's the Wall Street Bull, goring the ass of a sumo wrestler while farting himself as a rocket. Yeah, That's a real piece of art in a place we went to. Yeah. And yeah, so there we go. There's the Forbidden City. Yeah. So we're in all like everywhere, shops and all this stuff. They're just filming. This guy was a clothing designer. Met with him. There's this like workout system that you might see on Amazon that they were selling over there, which electrocutes you while you work out, so it makes your muscles work harder. This is a really cool building that's nearly useless and almost completely empty. These are the statues. You might have seen these in the United States too. They have a bunch of these around. So I went and took pictures in those, and we talked about those on the show. Like, there's a bunch of shit holding up places, but I gotta say, yeah, somebody wrote Fuoku on the building. Fuok, yeah, right. Anyways, it's like, hey, what are you doing? And for a place that's supposed to be jam-packed with people, it was pretty goddamn empty everywhere we went. Like, you can see normal people, but not anywhere near like more than you'd see in downtown Cincinnati or some shit. That guy was driving in front of us. We were all afraid to die. This is me and I got electrocuted in the electric suit. There you go. We did a whole segment on these zap yourself while you work out suits. That's me doing the segment for the show as our crew. Great guys, all of them. So, needless to say, when I start telling you that Benny is talking out of his ass, I just want you to know that I know what I'm talking about. That I'm not doing this from the level of ignorance that you're seeing here, especially from the other people that are talking about the trip. Right,
the sacred site that you can't forget.
Yeah, China should look like Tokyo, but it fucking doesn't. It's super weird. This is where that was the trip where I came back and I was like, there is no goddamn way they have 1.4 billion people. It's not possible. You go to Calcutta, you go to someplace in India where they have 1 billion people in that country, you're like, holy shit, I think they had 1 billion people just in this city alone. Same thing with Tokyo. You go there and it's like, you're just jammed in and they don't even have that many people. You go to Beijing or something like this, it's like it's like New York after on the morning of January 1st. Like nobody is out. It's bizarre. They're totally lying about their population. That's yeah.
Forget to visit when coming to China. Wanda Plaza.
Why do you think that's funny, shithead? It's a place.
This must be some type of inside joke, but
it's not.
Looks like a cool place to hang out. There was a lot of cool things happening today. President Trump resetting the world. As we said, the experts got it all wrong. They said that President Trump would collapse the American economy and the relationship,
which is happening,
with China. Instead, America is winning and China is helping. China supporting.
How are they helping? What the fuck are you talking about?
Supporting the U.S. with any.
Sorry, China is supporting the U.S. with anything it needs on Iran? Are you fucking high? They're giving reconnaissance information. They're selling drone engines, you dumbass. They're still selling drone engines to Iran. Chinese factories are getting hammered as supply chains flee to America. No, they're not. They're dying on the vine themselves because they just don't have the workers. They're moving those. You know where those factories that are fleeing China are going? Fucking Mexico, dummy. Oh my God. China is buying more American agriculture and Boeing aircraft after spending decades ripping us off. Where do you fucking think they get their planes, shithead? And more American agriculture? Why is Trump selling them beef when it's too expensive here because of a supply problem? He did this during COVID too. You know, like the whole thing was like China attacked us with a bioweapon, and Trump's response: sell them the biggest order of beef, pork, corn, and soybeans in American history while Americans are in food lines.
Anything it needs in Iran. Beijing is scrambling to restart trade. Chinese factories are getting hammered by supply chain flee to America. So China,
as you can't even read your own fucking post, as supply chains flee to America, which they're not.
China is buying more American agriculture, 200 Boeing jets, and a bunch of oil, for instance. Beijing is on its knees begging for American oil and LNG.
Beijing is on its knees begging to buy American oil and LNG after Trump decapitated Chinese access to Venezuelan and Iranian oil. No, they pre-bought about 1 billion barrels beforehand, which is why oil. It's one of the reasons why oil stayed steady is because they bought more than they need.
LNG in China folded
from Iran. Sorry, China folded and is allowing tech giants like Apple and Tesla back into Chinese markets with greater access. No, they're not. And also, Teslas are made in China and sell there. You want to do Apple a favor, get rid of the Apple store. Holy shit. All right, maybe they don't even, there's no way this asshole knows this. They were like, yeah, there you go. Let me see if I can get a picture of them. This is, there's an Apple phone. You're familiar, I'm sure, the Apple iPhone. And then there's the Apple. Oh, shit. There you go. How do you find the thing? There you go. Here you go. It's pronounced Apple. I'm not kidding. Here's your little AI ad for Apple phones. This guy right here. Hi there.
And this is our factory.
This is our factory where we make our knockoff Apple iPhones. Hey, does that look like there's a lot of Chinese laborers getting jobs they wouldn't otherwise have in that factory where almost fucking no one works? Hey, Benny, when is this kind of manufacturing going to flee to America so we can have these giant vending machines cranking out knockoff Apple iPhones? Don't worry, there are people involved in this process. They box them. Workers of the world unite. Congratulations, Marxists. You found your utopia. Good Lord. There you go. Want to figure out how to get one? There, you can have the X9 Pro, the Reno 13, the K10X. Yeah, why Chinese Apple phones are gaining popularity. I'm not kidding. That's actually how it's pronounced. Yes, go ahead, Benny. Cheerlead those things coming. Fucking hell. What a dipshit.
Following American tech giants Apple and Tesla back into the tiny Chinese market, Trump ripped rare earth leverage away from Beijing, and Xi even said Trump is making America great again and had the Chinese army play YMCA.
Yeah, they're making fun of him, asshole.
For him. And there it is. Look at that. YMCA. You don't get better. You don't get more respect than that. So Trump...
Yes, I think they could have gotten a little more respect if they'd have just skipped past YMCA and played the original. Right, Benny? Oh, fucking hell. It's just embarrassing. And you really haven't lived until you've heard a wind section play YMCA.
Trump will have a sip of alcohol, and you'll have the People's Republic Army Band play YMCA. Fair trade? Fair trade.
No, not.
There's a lot of trade going on.
There's no trade going on, shithead.
Love to see it. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe.
It's your boy Benny. Fucking hell. This like that. I'm cringing. I can. Are you guys getting the cringes? It's painful. I can feel it. Like my skin is crawling. It's like it's death by 1,000 cringes. Lord Almighty. I'm sorry you're not feeling well, Catherine. Rest up, will you? And we'll see you tomorrow. Benny's hair is creepy. Benny's hair isn't creepy. It's the same as Christopher Lloyd in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I don't know why he decided he needed that haircut. I can type. Jesus. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I'm gonna try to open this image in a new tab. There you go. So come here, and here's Benny. Let's do this real quick. Here's Benny's haircut, and here's Christopher Lloyd in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Here's Benny. Here's Christopher Lloyd in Who Framed. I mean, it's a look. I mean, maggots are giving me shit about my hair all the time because apparently, to them, Jesus was a big old queer. But meanwhile, Benny is copying his looks from the villain in a half cartoon movie. Going to the vertical YouTube and unhide it's not working for me. And I will try to, yeah, sure. Let me try to fix that. I'll remedy that if as best I can. Let's go. Why would she be hidden? Unhide. Okay. Got to solve a live stream issue, kids. Dun, 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 blah, blah, blah. Actually, I should just put on the hold music. One moment, please. Thank you very much. While we handle a little issue in our YouTube world, we want to help out everybody that we can, but only if you guys hit the like. Apparently, you guys are, I guess, you're concerned about your fellow viewers, and you know how much they matter to us. You'll hit that like and share the show as we go to do. So content, and then we go to live, and then we go to the Vert studio, and then we go to the chat room, and we'll try to find a way back home. Community moderation, participants, why are you hidden? I don't know. Whoops, somebody ditched out. Somebody knew I was looking, and they left the chat. Moderation activity. Let's see this. Show the thing. Moderation activity has been shown on there. Community. I don't know what the community. Yeah. I don't see her in there. Not being shown. Rob's good for my. Okay, first. Yeah, I'm trying to find her in there, but let's see. Where could she be? We don't know. Let's see. Top chats, all chats, everybody chats. Go live chats. She's in there. We get a lot in the vertical stream. We get a lot of maggots. Why didn't Trump mention why didn't Benny mention the Trump phone? That's a good question. Because those things they're doing great. Let's see. Yeah, I can't find her in there, so have her hop over to the vertical, I guess. I beg your pardon. Do I have a picture of Jesus? I do, because you're allowed to make graven images of him however you would like. Erin's in there, so she's good? Okay, good. Excellent. Thank you. All right. I'm glad because I didn't see her being kicked out, so maybe it was just an accidental switch got thrown. All right, so let's jump on in. There we go. Let's see, past Benny. I don't know what the hell this is. CSL threw this in, and I'm worried, personally, where this is going to go. What in the ever-loving shizzle is going on here? This is a face that could restart the Salem witch trials, personally, I think. This is Unsafe Live with Ann Coulter. 6 stories you may have missed. Maybe not. Or you may not. It's about to start. It's so exciting. I'm very excited. God.
There will be more than 5. So my Rumble video, also posted on my Substack. I'm giving you, well, my 5 stories you may have missed this week, though. There will be more than 5, though some are very short. And
yeah, it says 6 on the thing, so I figure somebody did some cleanup.
Some of them you've heard of, but you haven't heard what I have to say about them.
Clearly not. Thank God. You know, that little blessing that is just going to fly right out the window. I just didn't. Should have quit while I was ahead, really.
I'm going to talk about Jack Schlossberg, running for Congress from New York City, the donors and Rubio, the attacks on social media, why Trump should completely defund Harvard, Jeffrey Epstein, big bust of criminals this week. You'll never guess their last names. And I'm going to end with a pop culture and God story for you. Okay, so
that's the depth of your religious belief. Also, this is 27 minutes. There's no fucking way I'm going through all this. I want to see the Jeffrey Epstein, I can't believe who was arrested thing.
It was Barry Krischer who had him on work release. He had to spend, like 8 months in a comfortable Palm Beach jail, but he could leave 12 hours a day to go to his office.
Right. Yeah. There's the sweetheart deal that was given to him by Alex Acosta, who Trump hired as his labor secretary. And then, of course, that deal could have been torn up by Pam Bondi, but she didn't because she owed Trump a favor for helping her get elected.
Go to his office. The only reason the Julie Brown Perversion of Justice series in Miami Herald was so big is that
West Palm Beach is overrun with pedophiles and rich dickheads who get away with crime.
In this sort of crazily circuitous way, she tied Jeffrey Epstein to, ta-da, Donald Trump. Because...
Wait, sorry, she tied him to him. You mean that she tied him to the guy who actually was interviewed in an article and is the only one I've ever seen where somebody actually describes Jeffrey Epstein in glowing terms. Everybody else seems to, when they ask about Jeffrey Epstein, they give these like odd, opaque. He seems very smart, but he's kind of a mystery man, right? But Trump's like, I love this fuck guy. He's a lot of fun to be with, and he parties and he likes girls on the younger side.
After Krischer blew it, the police in Palm Beach went nuts. They appealed to a federal prosecutor to try to come in and prosecute what are really state crimes. But
how dare they? Also, no, they're not state crimes because some of the girls were brought from overseas. Some of the girls from there were taken out of the country. Fuck you, lady.
They by hook or crook, they figured out a way to make it a federal crime. They get Alex Acosta, the U.S. attorney for Miami. He looks into it. And yeah, okay, he kind of bailed too. He gave a sweetheart deal too. Not as bad as Krischer's. At least there was some jail time. At least
Krischer's was local. At least some. He had a key to the fucking jail, dipshit. What the fuck? I was not prepared for Ann Coulter to defend Jeffrey Epstein today. No wonder the show's called Unsafe.
At least Epstein had to register as a sex offender. I'm not apologizing for Acosta, but it's insane.
Yeah, you kind of are.
That he has become the villain of this, when at one point he was the knight in shining armor, getting Epstein to pay some penalty. But at that point, Alex Acosta was Trump's labor secretary. As if Trump had any idea who the U.S. attorney was, 15 years earlier.
Get the fuck out of here. Of course he did. Of course he did. He called the cops and said, I'll talk to you off the record. You don't have to depose me because I'll tell you whatever you want to know about him. He dry snitched on him. And then he called Jeffrey Epstein and told him the cops were coming so that he could get rid of evidence.
As if he had any idea of the deal Epstein had gotten. And let's make...
Sorry. If he didn't, he's fucking stupid. And his own people didn't tell him, like, wait a minute, by the way, you do realize, and this is so weird because he lives in your neighborhood, that the guy you're picking for labor secretary, which is a job you don't give a rat fuck about, and is basically a no-show paycheck for whoever gets it, That guy, did you know he's the guy who gave Jeffrey Epstein his deal and helped? And it didn't even give Jeffrey Epstein the deal. The Alex Acosta's deal was not to Jeffrey Epstein's benefit. It allowed all of the co-conspirators to go free. The deal with Alex Acosta was not, oh my God, he helped Jeffrey Epstein. Alex Acosta helped everybody else who was in business and pleasure with Jeffrey Epstein, including Trump. He couldn't have known. How could he have known? Holy shit.
That guy, labor secretary. But that's what lit a match and got the media obsessed with it.
So an unforced error at the very least by being fucking dumb or hiring people who are fucking dumb.
Probably. I really don't think that Trump diddled any little girls. I don't know why he's trying to make people think he did by.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. He didn't, but he feels like he was missing out. It's a FOMO reflex. Of course he did, shithead. I got news for you. There's as much of a chance. I mean, there's obviously been victims who've come out and accused him and then basically pulled their claims because he became president of the United States and they were scared for their fucking lives because they were going to be testifying against the guy who said he could shoot somebody in the middle of Fifth Avenue and would get away with it. And the SCOTUS just seconded that. So I can't imagine why they would go, you know what? I was kidding. That was nothing. Bye. But on top of that, there's a very strong chance because of what Epstein did that Trump got honeypotted with a 16-year-old that looked 19. You know what I mean? That was developed for her age in a way to lure him in. If he did give a shit, which I don't necessarily think he did. But again, he's not trying to drag this out to make himself look guilty in this circuit. Who the fuck tries to make themselves look like more of a pedophile, you nutcase?
By burying the Epstein files, but I think that's to protect the donors.
Sorry, that makes it better? So he's got donors that are child rapists, and he wants to protect them. Sorry, real quick. How does that make him any better than the people who actually do the raping, asshole? Like, I didn't murder the guy. I just loaded the gun, handed it to the dude, opened up the door, held the guy down, and let him fire the shots and gave him a ride home. I didn't actually pull the trigger. Your Honor, why am I on trial for murder?
And not to protect himself. I will never believe that. He likes foreign women who can't speak English and don't realize he has a really tacky
By the way, Epstein flew in foreign girls who don't speak English.
accent. So that was Joseph Sexton's objection to Julie Brown getting the perversion of justice, Pulitzer for the perversion of justice, particularly what it says here. It didn't include enough substantially new information to deserve the award. Two people familiar with the deliberations told Semaphore. Another one of the judges said, a well-known editor, referring to Sexton, had staged a campaign from inside the jury against Brown receiving the award. And then Sexton explains when he's emailed, Brown's work was commendable and consequential, but he said, quote, the most explosive elements of her reporting had been previously published, both in news articles and books. Yes, it had. It had been published on the O'Reilly report at my insistence. And he was the only national news broadcaster, unless we're including my brave and powerful syndicated column on the.
Yeah, there were also a lot of UFO reports during the 1950s, but everybody forgot about it for a while until Close Encounters came out, and then the people releasing the story after that got a lot of attention because it was a story that was important but should have been followed up and deserved more attention, and everybody had forgotten about it. And because they'd forgotten about it, we could go on stealing tech from the aliens. Anyways, the point I'm trying to make is that there are a lot of situations where stories are pop up, get attention, but not enough to move them, and then somebody comes along and makes a bigger choice of it, like the Iran Contra story, for example.
on the issue as national news to even mention the case. And other than that, it was just all over Palm Beach Post. So sorry, Sexton was right. He makes a good point. He did suggest coming up with an all-new category, something like public service or explanatory. And he's right. Okay, go Julie Brown. Glad you did it. But oh my gosh, it was not new. Okay, here's a fun one. We have an update on foreign criminals. You may have seen headline this week, maybe not. All these elite lawyers were busted, a lot of them, for insider trading. Lots of SEC violations.
Sorry, is this what she was saying earlier about tied to the Epstein files? So she did the Epstein story and then talked about other people who are getting arrested.
19 defendants arrested today.
Is there a Twitch link for the channel? There is. It's just look up at Hal Sparks on Twitch. It's just yeah.
They could be innocent, I should say. These are only accusations.
What's up, Boston Brian?
19 defendants arrested.
All right, I'm already bored. This is terrible production value, and there is no excuse. How it put a little work into it. Do you realize how much work I've done in Canva just for this simple setup? You lazy bitch. And Coulter and not even a real green screen, using the background removal. Ugh, it's terrible. All right, we're going to check in on Trump's actual statement in front of the Chinese delegates.
Please welcome.
Oh, God, that's loud. Hold on. They bring him in and they introduce him. Hold on, I'm going to turn the audio down on this thing because it's annoying. Trump walks in with, there you go. Here you go. With Eric and Lara are with. Melania stayed home. And then they're just amazed at all the big buildings.
President Xi Jinping and President Donald J.
Xi Jinping, like she says his name properly. All those people who pronounce Spanish and Central American and South American towns using their best Latin accent, I'd like to say to those folks, it's very nice. It's adorable. But it doesn't change the meaning of the word if you say Guadalajara and Guadalajara. It doesn't, Mexico and Mexico. Like, you get it. Like, even people in Mexico know what you mean. But in Chinese, the tones matter. And nobody in the news goes, Xi Jinping.
Trump.
They just blow it the fuck off. No tones at all. Yes, giant buildings meant to make you feel small. And here comes Trump walking. That one person clapping really hard shows up a bunch in this video. There's just one person just by himself. Come on, guys. They start clearing when Xi Jinping turns the corner. I'm going to sneeze. Beg your pardon. It's great. Everybody eats out of a ceramic tit at the table. It's terrific. Okay. Lovely, giant, lazy Susan in the middle of the table. This person talking, Xi Jinping speaks first, and then they go through this whole thing. And then when Trump comes up, they have other people speak, and then Trump finally lumbers up there. To the Chinese rendition of Lee Greenwood's song.
Thanks very much. I'm gonna grab my. Excuse me. Okay, excuse me. Which way do I?
Well, he runs into her. Dude.
谢谢习近平主席。
Thank you, President Xi.
现在请特朗普总统致辞。
Next, a toast by President Trump.
Dude, you're in. Psst, hey, dude.
Well, thank you very much. This is a great honor.
He says that a bunch, and I think it's because he's got a very 80s version of how you speak to Asian people. So everything is the word honor is used a lot. The honorable, like that kind of shit. He always does accents, and it's always the same accent. And like Germans, Chinese, Filipinos, fucking South Koreans, North Koreans, they all go, no, 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 I know like I do. They all talk the same. But he thinks the word honor, and honorable, and honorary is it's a muscle memory thing at this point too. He says it a ton.
It was a fantastic day, and
it was great. Snacks and seeing a bunch of kids throwing things.
And in particular, I want to thank President Xi, my friend.
In particular. Also, why is he your friend? I get being gracious, but you do realize this is supposedly about the relation between the American people and Chinese people, between America and China, not you and your buddy get to talk big deals, asshole.
For this magnificent welcome, and it really was a magnificent welcome.
Yeah, it says it right there in the thing, like no welcome has ever been welcomed in the history of welcoming.
Like none other.
Like some other.
And for so graciously hosting us on this very historic state visit. We had extremely positive and productive conversations and meetings today with the Chinese delegation earlier. And
we'll just have to cool story, bro.
This evening is another cherished opportunity to discuss among friends some of the things that we discussed today.
Great. So the stuff you talked about today, you're going to talk about tonight? Cool. What are you going to talk about tomorrow? The stuff you talked about yesterday?
All good for the United States and for China, and it was a great honor to be with you. Please.
Now, I've got a little thing right here that says, let the translator say the thing. Please.
Why is he doing the Carl from Caddyshack jaw?
Let me tell you something. Gunga, gunga, galunga. So I got that going for me.
Stand perfectly still while the translator talks. It's best to make them assume you have a broomstick actually up your ass. Say the thing that I just said. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Philip Seymour Hoffman in The Big Lebowski when he brings in the ransom note and he comes in and he hands him the note and then he goes back to standing. It's a little touch that Seymour Hoffman, that Philip Seymour Hoffman threw in there. That and after he touches the footprint. And after he tells him not to touch it and he touches it again, he goes, I love that so much.
感谢习近平主席。今天
It's sad that he's not around to play Trump in this form. Also, apologies if you're just joining us. The nut warning warning has to come out because it's a lot. It's a lot to deal with, especially late in the day.
今天我们度过了非常美好的一天。首先要感谢习近平主席这一盛大的欢迎，那么也非常感谢在这一次历史性
There's a lot of 感谢。It's like thanks a lot
的国事访问当中啊，非常慷慨地接待了我的代表团。那么今天早些时候，我们跟中方进行了富有成效以及具有建设性的对话。 那今天晚上
Trump's like, yep, that's what I said.
将是我们另外的
It sounds so much cooler when you say it.
一次机会，能够共同再次
Also, by the way, this guy is reading from the actual remarks that Trump gave, like what he's got written, not his little dipshit asides. Like, and it really was wonderful. Like they're not saying that part at all.
讨论我们今天早些时候已经讨论到的一些问题，以及我们的共同利益，以及我们如何能够为全人类塑造更好、更安全的未来。
The relationship between the American and Chinese people goes all the way back to America's founding.
Oh, we're getting to the Wikipedia part of the address.
The first American consul to China, Samuel Shaw, arrived on the first American trading ship to reach these shores in 1784. The Chinese merchants had a name for the Americans. They called their visions the New People.
They called their visions the New People.
2.5 centuries later, that first connection
Now they call us Waiguoren, which means outsiders.
has grown into one of the most consequential relationships in world history.
美国人民和中国人民之间的友谊可以追溯到美国的建国之初。那么，美国的第一任驻华大使塞缪尔·肖先生，在1784年乘坐第一艘美国的商船到达了中国的沿岸。当时，中国的商人是这样称呼到来的美国访客。 他们将当时到来的美国访客称为一个崭新的民族。250年后的今天，这一个当初的友谊已经慢慢的演变成为当今世界当中最举足轻重的关系之一。
From the beginning, our citizens have shared a deep sense of mutual respect. Founding Father Benjamin Franklin published the sayings of Confucius in his colonial newspaper, and today's sculpture, recognizing that ancient Chinese sage, is carved into the face of the United States Supreme Court very proudly.
Really? Yeah. What did he say? What is it? What's the carving? It's very proudly carved. Explain it. Yeah. Hold on. No. Real quick. By the way, they didn't call us the New People. They called us the Flower Flag People because we had little stars, and the stars, and it was a circle still because it hadn't expanded much. They hadn't put the big brick of them by the time we done that, so it looked like a flower to them. Our flag looked like a flower. The Betsy Ross one. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. So what the? Hold on.
From the beginning, our citizens have shared a deep sense of mutual respect. Founding Father Benjamin Franklin published the sayings of Confucius in his colonial newspaper, and today's sculpture, recognizing that ancient Chinese sage, is carved into the face of the United States Supreme Court very proudly.
Okay. There's not a sculpture of Confucius at the Supreme Court building. There's a relief, a sculpted relief of the great lawmakers, is the point, from a lot of different cultures. Sorry, Christian nation assholes, but this is one of the things that and it includes Solomon, I think, and Moses, because the 15 commandments, obviously. Hoi. And Confucius is one of them as well.
从一开始，我们两国之间的国父刊登了孔夫的门前废了。
The appreciation ran in both directions. Chinese admirers of President George Washington gifted a stone tablet honoring his memory to adorn the Washington Monument. It bears the words of a Chinese official who called the great general and statesman a hero among men.
这一种欣赏
It's like, why am I reading this shit?
是相互的。
He was. What about me?
那么许多中国人非常
Dude, psst, get out of the way.
崇敬乔治华盛顿总统。那么这些人当时为了纪华盛顿，形容人
Mutualist
了解。
And across the centuries, this mutual esteem grew into a relationship that reflected the tremendous talent and potential of our two people. Chinese workers helped
Man, these sentences are getting really tough.
lay the railroad tracks that connected our Atlantic coast to the Pacific.
Yeah, not the best thing to bring up. I mean, I guess you got to if you can't bring up the fact that California was where a lot of them settled and felt okay. Many people don't know this, but you want to say Los Angeles in Chinese? How do you say it? Los Angeles. You know how you say Chicago? 芝加国. The funniest one is Kentucky, which is Kendaji, which means bite the big chicken, literally. So and this is before Kentucky Fried Chicken. They also throw a Joe on the end of everything. So Kendaji Joe, California's California Joe, that kind of thing. But in San Francisco, you might have Los Angeles, Seattle for Seattle, but San Francisco has its own Chinese name, Jiujianshan, Old Gold Mountain, because of the gold rush. That's why a lot of the Chinese came to the United States, because they were looking for gold. And they were going to, be miners and all that kind of stuff. And that didn't quite work out. You know how you say New York in Chinese? New Year. There you go. And then, let's see, let me get this. All right, I just had to get my chat to catch up. Here you go.
American travelers to China helped spread literacy in modern medicine, and at the request of China's ambassador, it was President Theodore Roosevelt who provided the funds to establish President Xi's alma mater, Tsinghua University.
Tsinghua. Yeah, you can just say Tsinghua. You don't have to go Tsinghua. You don't have to actually have a flower pop out of your ass because you're saying Hua at that point. Say it again.
Established President Xi's alma mater, Tsinghua University.
在过去几百年当中，这种相互的尊敬已经成为了一段全新的关系。这段关系可以说反映出我们两国人民之间巨大的潜力以及我们的努力和智慧。中国工人当初帮助美国建设了我们的铁路路轨，连通了美国的大西岸和太平洋沿海地区。美国当时早期出访中国的美国人也帮助中国提升了识字率，并且引入了现代医学，并且应时任中国驻华大使的请求，罗斯福总统也专门提供了资金，成立了习主席的母校清华大学。
As allies in World War II,
By the way,
President Frank.
Hold on. He doesn't give a shit. He's annoyed he has to talk about other presidents when he's there to make all these big deals. Yatalanda, which is how you say Atlanta in Chinese. Somebody was asking in the chat, I think, if I saw that right. Yatalanta.
As allies in World War II, President Franklin Roosevelt's mentions of the brave people of China, that's what they were.
They were very brave.
Drew loud cheers in his speeches in the United States, and everybody loved what he had to say.
Yeah? Why was that? Because of what the fucking Japanese were doing to him at that time?
Just as many Chinese now love basketball and blue jeans, Chinese restaurants in America today outnumber the 5 largest fast food chains in the United States, all combined. That's a pretty big statement.
I hope we're not counting Panda Express, right? Sorry, 1 second. And let's see. I guess if you're counting the fast food Chinese places, it's an unfair advantage. Is that true of Italian places if you count all the Domino's pizzas? Let's see. Chinese restaurants in the U.S. have outnumbered major fast food chains combined, depending on which chains you okay. Widely cited estimate says there are roughly 37,000 to 45,000 Chinese restaurants in the U.S. Some older comparisons showed they exceeded the combination locations: McDonald's, KFC, Taco Bell. But if you compare Chinese restaurants against all fast food outlets in America, it's nowhere close. The U.S. has over 200,000 fast food restaurants locations overall. The accurate version is Chinese restaurants may outnumber several major chains combined, but they do not outnumber all fast food restaurants in the United States. Like, that's, especially if you count the Chinese fast food ones, as fast food, not as Chinese food, which I think a lot of Chinese people would argue. That's not true at all.
那么，作为二战期间的盟国，罗斯福总统在美国穿蓝色，要比
back to this bond of commerce and respect that stretches back to
which is the only kind I recognize.
250 years is the foundation for a future that benefits both of our nations. The American and Chinese
One more than the other, obviously.
people share much in common. We value hard work, we value courage and achievement, we love our families, and we love our countries.
Yeah, just in different ways.
Together, we have the chance to draw on these values to create a future of greater prosperity, cooperation, and happiness, and peace for our children. We love our children.
We so do. That's why I brought a couple of them along so they can make some crypto deals, because we love them. It was terrible when Hunter Biden flew over here and walked out with $1 billion. I'm hoping my kids will walk out with 5.
This region and the world is especially...
I'm not even sure I want my kids to walk out of here. I'm sure Biden would have rather left Hunter Biden behind, so wouldn't it be nice if I could leave Eric? What would you guys... If I gave you Eric and I threw in Laura to sweeten the deal?
...world with the two of us united and together.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. She and I.
那么至于商业当中的纽带，以及我们家国的人都非常爱我们将有金人的子。
Okay.
Thank you again, President Xi.
If I haven't said that 97 times, because you put on a good show, and that's really all I need. I just need people to make a big fuss when I show up. It's all I care about at this point.
For this beautiful welcome, and tonight it is my honor to extend an invitation to you and Madam Peng to visit.
Just say pig. Ugh, did I say ping right? Son of a bitch. That sounds like an insult.
Us.
Watch how he, like, when he breathes in after, like, oh, God, I hope I said ping right.
Extend an invitation to you and Madam Peng to visit us at the White House this September 24th, and we look forward to it. And I'd now like to raise a glass and propose a toast to the rich and enduring ties between the American and Chinese people. It's a very
It's the slobbering, man. People.
special relationship, and I want to thank you again. This has been an amazing period of time. Thank you.
Way to go, dude. Hey.
President Xi.
那么再一次感谢
He's supposed to walk out and bring the drink. He
习
doesn't
主
give a
席
shit.
感谢这一美好的欢迎。那么今天晚上，我也想借此机会向您以及彭女士
Really?
提出邀请，
You
于
can't
9月24号邀请你们出
You
访
can't move the camera like a cup. All right.
白宫。那我也希望，针对美国人民和中国人民杯，那么我们
There
这
you go.
两
So that, all right, that's what this dude was waiting for. He's got to go out and pull back Xi Jinping's chair. Trump's going to be so jealous.
国关系是非常独特的一项关系。
It came out too early. Now go. Now go.
Thank you, everybody.
感谢，
Thank you, everybody. Very
He's not
much.
going to stand.
感谢。
He's just making sure he isn't going to stand. He's not standing. The guy's not. She is not standing. Okay, back off, dude. And that's where Trump drinks his little Mountain Dew or whatever the fuck they threw in there.
Thank you, everybody, very much.
感谢。
Yes, give yourself a round of applause. Now he's going to stand up now that he's leaving the stage. Now, did you see how terrified the dude working Xi Jinping's chair was? Guys, get out of the way. Psst, hey, psst, psst, psst. They've got a lady to take his chair back because they're slighting him again. Pardon me. Thank God we don't have to watch this asshole eat. Vice President, okay, and then the Bangor, Maine stuff from JD Vance. Hit the like, share the show. It's House Sparks Mega Worldwide. So back home, obviously, we've got the affordability, I almost said crisis, hoax, and home ownership hoax, and forgot about the Epstein hoax, right? And what else? The climate change, which is also a hoax. The stock market's doing great, though. Inflation is basically fixed and a hoax at the same time, so we're good. Meanwhile, you can't really talk about those kind of things if you're a maggot. So Tim is left to talk about aliens. FBI releases alien message, Tim Pool. This is from the Daily Mail. This is him citing the mainstream media while shitting on it.
A chilling alien message to humanity. It's actually pretty crazy, but probably a whole lot of nothing.
You should just start every single segment you release this way. Like, honest to God, I don't know how you can get this much pleasure from having a fence post up your ass.
As the story goes, a long, long time ago, some 70 years ago, these guys got a message from aliens that claimed we's cooked as humans, we suck, our technology is bad, and we are basically ants. But we are still intelligent beings, so we do make the list of intelligent life, just the bottom of it. I wonder, the big question everyone has with these UFO disclosures
is which way it went after that. I'm guessing down. I mean, obviously not me, but President Comedy included.
Are they preparing for a massive disclosure of extraterrestrial intelligence, or are they distracting us from something?
Gee, I can't imagine what. The economy is so great for everybody, especially groceries and the price of beef and eggs, and it's easier than ever to buy a house. My goodness. And what else? The Epstein files, all of them are out. No redactions, all of it, except for, of course, the victims. No, actually, their names were released. I take it back.
To be honest, typically with these UFO stories, it does feel like they're trying to distract the population from something bigger.
So is that why you're talking about it?
But there isn't really anything bigger right now.
There's not. Sorry, 3 million Epstein files yet to be released. Affordability crushing. Gas is at almost $5 at fuck me. Hold on. There was a chart of, here it is, of AAA did a thing. Congratulations to the red states. They are now blue. And that's because gas is only between $3.99 and $4.17 in those places, thanks to the way AAA shows their charts. So here's the today's AAA national average for gas is $4.53. It's more expensive in the red areas and the pink areas. The white areas are sort of in the middle, and the blue areas are towards the bottom. And the bottom being Texas with $4.09. This is the average. Oklahoma with $4.02. Arkansas $4.06. Mississippi, $3.99. Look at that. Poverty really does help you with all those commodities. Tennessee, $4.13. Kentucky, $4.21. Indiana, $4.25. There's Ohio, $4.62. Up here's Pennsylvania, $4.65. There's Virginia, $4.28. This is all the blue states. It's almost backwards. Montana, $4.55. Idaho, $4.63. Washington State, obviously $5.77. These are all the states that have high energy taxes because they want to beautify their environment, God forbid. Alaska, $5.26. But the national average is $4.50. I don't know why. Why would you talk about that when you can be talking about the alienses? Right, Tim Pool? There's no other story to talk about. Fucking gas is headed towards $5. It's not stopping. The Iran war? There's nothing else to talk about? What are you, fucking crazy?
So this could just be they released the UFO documents as a general distraction. Maybe a certain portion of the population will be off wasting time.
That's what you're doing then. What do you mean them? First of all, you're citing the mainstream media to say the mainstream media ain't worth shit on your stupid little fucking butt knuckle of the internet where your show lives. And then you're talking about how this story is a distraction for a vague distraction that other people will be wasting their time on while you're about to talk about it for 11 minutes and 57 seconds. You know what? Fuck you, dude. If you can waste your own time, but you're not wasting ours. Not when we can look at the greatest spectacle in the interwebs besides the House Parks live stream, Mega Worldwide. Hit the like, share the show. This is the greatest live stream in the history of live streams, greatest chat room in the history of chat rooms. But only here can you find the most miserable man on the internet. Ladies and gentlemen, Greg Kelly. Wow. He's just saying, wow. Joe Biden visits China with crack addicts. Trump visits with businessmen. So he didn't bring Don Jr., is what you're saying? With businessmen. Mm-hmm.
Overall, wow.
It's all sorts of pomp and circumstance.
This is a big deal.
It is so big. It's all like, well, yeah.
The first time I think he's been there in a very long time, if ever. I know
He's been there before.
President Xi has come here to see President Trump. You know what was really cool?
What was really cool, Greg? Tell us what was really cool.
The entourage with President Trump outside the official entourage.
You mean the guys who flew over themselves? Eric, Lara, and Elon?
That's Elon Musk.
Yeah, it is. He's got a factory in Shanghai. He's got two of them, actually. He's got more factories in China than he does in the United States.
That's Elon Musk making the trip, all right?
Sorry, so he's taking public transportation? He can't fly his own ass over there?
And there are other people. I think
there are other people. You're right. I see other people.
Tim Cook from Apple, the guy who started NVIDIA Computer, the rest of them.
Jensen Huang, he's not on the plane. He flew himself.
Just super duper brilliant guys.
There's Jensen.
That you kind of want with you. I mean, business.
All right, Tim Cook wasn't on the flight. Jensen Huang.
Business opportunities, that kind of thing.
Because he made a big deal about people leaving him behind or something. There was this, Trump was yelling about fake news.
Mutual cooperation. It doesn't have to all be negative between us and China, right?
I don't know. I mean, I guess that remains to be seen.
Right. Now, who did Joe Biden bring when he went to China for the first time as Vice President of the United States in December of 2013? Take a look. Here they are getting off Air Force Two.
You do realize Eric and Lara are with them, and she speaks Chinese, or she was learning Chinese at the time.
Kind of like criminals.
Kind of like fuck you.
And that's Hunter.
Yes, it is. Is he in jail right now?
December 2013. Now, Hunter at that
time. Sorry, I should probably. If you're going to push in like that, you got to let me know ahead of time.
time was a full-fledged crack addict. All right?
I don't know if he was a full-fledged crack addict at that time. I think it vacillated over time. He was just a living addict.
I mean, it's sad. What was
Is it? You seem sad.
he doing there? He had no business doing there. And he got to meet President Xi, and it looked like they weren't doing the business of America, but
Why did it look like that?
potentially doing the business of the Bidens.
What business would that be? The golf courses? The high-rise towers? What are you talking about? What business? Seriously. What business?
Okay? What was Xi making of this? What was going through his head? I think he knew what was going on, right?
You're kidding, right? Sorry, you think he's the good guy in this situation?
See Hunter. Hunter was the bag man for the family. Now,
no, he wasn't. Bagmen don't complain about paying for their niece's education.
You may have noticed that President Trump brought some family members as well.
Yeah, he did.
Well, now let's talk about them, okay?
Yeah, let's talk about them, how awesome they are. And the fact that, as far as I know, if Hunter Biden wanted to start a charity in New York State, he could do it. Eric is legally prohibited from opening up a charity in New York State. You know why? Because he was stealing from St. Jude's. You dizzy fuck.
Okay, Lara Trump.
Sorry, you're not going with blood relatives here?
Happens to be the co-chair of the RNC, a successful businesswoman in her own right.
Sorry, the RNC is a fucking business? What are you talking about? Sorry. So that whoever runs the DNC is a successful business person as well? It's a giant organization.
There's Eric Trump. Eric has been an international businessman for over 20 years.
Oh, you mean back when he was doing deals with China before Trump got into office, and they were trying to run their crypto farm over there as well, and we're trying to get a Trump Tower Beijing started. And he thought that they're going to end up with one. That's what he's over here to do now. That's what they're doing. He's the bag man for Trump. Eric doesn't get to keep the shit. That's all for Trump.
And he's not a drug addict. It's just
citation needed. I'm going to need proof that he isn't.
refreshing.
It's hard to prove a negative, but I'm not taking that for granted considering his dad's dope use.
Right? They're doing.
Also, sorry if you're just joining us, but you're going to see several Trump pictures, and we're fine.
Doing the business of America, and
Oh yeah? What business is that? Which golf course is America's golf course?
I think that's great.
Really? What are they talking about over there? What deals are they making? What capacity does Eric Trump serve in the American government? Is he a trade representative? Laura's, like, I guess this violates the Hatch Act, maybe? The head of the... imagine if Biden brought the head of the DNC over there, what Greg Kelly would be saying.
Overall, wow.
Again, why?
And you really do want a guy like President Trump there, as opposed to pretty much any other president we've ever had.
Why? Because he'll gargle Xi's balls?
Especially the last one. You'd be surprised how timid politicians are, how afraid they are to say the obvious. President Trump obviously is not afraid to say the obvious.
Obviously. What would the obvious thing be?
Not to be too obvious.
What do you mean? Sorry, what did he say besides kissing Xi's ass?
Joe Biden, why does he say the things he has said about China in particular? Watch this. I think it's great. It's President Trump over the years on China, where he is right now, versus Joe Biden. Notice anything?
Sorry, this is 2010, when he's not in office at all, and it's the question of whether he was going to run. This is different. By the way, why don't you play what he said today, asshole? And this is 2013, when this just after the beginning of the second term of Biden.
I have many people from China that I do business with. They laugh at us. They feel we're fools. You know, they're getting away with absolute murder.
Well, yeah, they were dumping steel at the time, and you were taking that steel to build Trump Tower, along with mob concrete.
China's a great nation, and we should hope for the continued expansion.
I don't want to lose $300 billion a year to China when we can't afford to build schools for our children.
Yeah, we could be spending that money bombing Iran.
We can't afford to build highways. Well, we can't afford to build railways. Well, we can't afford to
We build highways and railways.
build bridges. I want money to
We also build bridges. As a matter of fact, this guy passed an infrastructure act, and Trump couldn't in his first term and won't in the second.
be invested in jobs and in this country.
Which then why are you in China promoting their business mechanics over there? That makes no sense. You don't go to China to move the factories here.
I don't want to rebuild China.
A rising China is a positive development, not only for China, but for America and the world writ large.
It was China's
Because of poverty.
fault, and China's going to pay a big price what they've done to this country.
Which they did not do. And he's over there gargling, almost said Putin, Xi Jinping's balls right now.
China's going to pay a big price
Are they going to pay a big price for shellacking your face with pumpkin juice?
what they've done to the world. This was China's fault.
And that's why Xi Jinping is handling this very professionally and is my buddy. And I can't wait to do another deal with him. It's an honor to be, it's so honorable, an honor to honor myself with it. And it's just an honor.
And just remember that.
554,064 American dead from COVID-19. A lot of families want to know how this happened, how it got here. Have you had a chance to speak to any of your international partners, any of President Xi, who I know you go way back with? Have you had a chance to ask him if these reports are true that China maybe misled the world at the beginning?
No, I have not had that conversation with President Xi. Thank you.
So what do we take from all that?
That Trump said what he said and has gone back on it entirely. And in the middle, especially April 6, 2021, when Biden had just taken office a few weeks earlier and was still in the process of getting everybody vaccinated, is not when he felt like he was going to pick a fight with China when they were building prisons for their people to die in. Meanwhile, Trump's like, this is not my fucking fault. It's China's fault. And now he's like, you're my best friend in the whole world.
He was blackmailable, all right? The stuff that they had on the Bidens, the money that went to the...
Sorry, how do you explain Trump's behavior then, right now? He said in that clip, COVID was China's fault. The million dead we had is their fucking fault. Even them going, do you think, China started this? Have you talked to them about how the 550,000 that were dead, are on them, or how it happened and all that stuff? If you had that conversation, Trump had already said, fuck it, they did it. They're responsible for all the dead we have and the rest of the world. These fuckers killed everybody with this. And now he's over there going, wow, I think I'll drink for the first time ever while I'm here. And you get I think Trump drank for the first time to get the taste of Xi Jinping's dick out of his mouth.
To the Biden family, this man was black.
Other than that, I have no opinion. Maggots, maybe there's some maggots in the chat that can explain this. How do you explain a statement like that in 2020 and a statement like he just made in China about how Xi Jinping is his friend?
Blackmailable. President Trump is the opposite.
Sorry, Trump is the opposite of blackmailable? Okay, so let's be clear what that means. According to news hacks, and specifically the most miserable man on the internet, Greg Kelly, Donald Trump went into Iran not because Netanyahu whispered in his ear or has the Epstein files, because he wanted to. And he felt like this is the right thing to do. And he's kissing Xi Jinping's ass right now, not because of he can be bribed or cajoled or blackmailed or any of that stuff. It's because he just wants to. After all the American dead from COVID, which he directly laid at the feet of China, now we're cool. We're fucking cool. And Biden brings his son over There is no $1 billion that left. That story is complete horseshit. But you fucking well know that Eric is over there to make deals, and Laura Trump, neither of them have any business on that trip any more than bringing family members over, which is why Hunter was along. Which you can do. Knock yourself the fuck out. But if they're over there doing deals, you should have to disclose it. I'm fine with that. If Hunter was over there making deals, which it turns out he wasn't, again, the guys that he was in business with had a deal in China that happened before he joined the company. That's the $1.5 billion that allegedly came out and then never went anywhere. That happened before he joined the company. That's fine. And before that trip, certainly. So, again, it's all for show. Like the idea that Greg Kelly gives a rat's ass that Trump is doing this. Oh, like, real quick, God damn it, I'm running out of time. We got so much AI stuff tomorrow. Bernie Sanders is really on the AI beat, bless his heart. And he has lovely conversations with ChatGPT and is very friendly towards it, but gets very angry after it hangs up. And then there's this Pat Gray is on the Bernie train about this chilling warning about AI robots is absolutely terrifying. There's so much of this. Meanwhile, we'll end with this because it's relatively short, and then we're going to throw it over to Liberal Dan after this. Yeah, we're going to raid Liberal Dan after my show. Hit the like, share the show. Super chats always welcome. Thank you guys so much. We've got a couple. Let me say hi to those guys real quick. Brian says, let's see. How Boston Brian couldn't relate, but I think you can. I just paid $20 to fill my motorcycle. This rat turd regime are thieves and traitors. Yeah, absolutely. Like, what do you got, a 3-gallon tank? That's about normal. It's fucked up. No, thank you. Hi, Al. West Streeting resigning today. Pathetic, indeed. Oh, for the kidney video. Thank you. I shouldn't have said it. Oh, shit. I don't think it heard me. I think we'll be okay. I hope. All right. Hello, David. Thanks for keeping us informed. Mega's Lab. I try to do both. Absolutely. Much love to you as well, Boston Brian. Thank you so much, brother. Really appreciate it. And thank you, Jimmy. I think we skirted it. I think we're okay. I don't think the kidney hurt us.
Has a very special place in the heart.
It's true. It does. I've heard that. You guys okay? What happened? I'm fine. It's crazy. Thank you for the Venmo, Deanne. That was really sweet. And Jennifer, thank you too. Aw, payday. Well, appreciate it. I do. Thank you guys for the super chats and supporting the show and patreon.com/HalSparks, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Now, real quick, apparently Alex Jones says they leaked something to hippie Alex Jones, something. I don't know. He's piggybacking on other stories about how Kash Patel and the Trump administration killed Charlie Kirk, I guess.
Hey, Alex, the Charlie Kirk murder, was that a pivotal and significant moment in our space? Was he killed because of his influence, and was he killed because of the direction he...
Don't worry, you don't have anything to worry about, Rusty Trombone. You have no influence.
He was taking turning point in.
6 days after he was killed, I talked to two sources that were in the cabinet meeting who were scared to say it. They asked me to do it. And they said,
yeah, pass it on. Yeah, I'm sure. Who can we get that's a good purveyor of information that will get this out and no one will doubt it? Wait, who's that smelly guy who sells the dick pills with lead in them?
Kash Patel came in with Tulsi Gabbard, Joe Kent, the vice president, the president, a bunch of others, and said, we're not looking at foreign involvement, and shut that down. We're not looking at any accomplices domestically. So we broke that. So bare minimum, there is a cover-up of what really happened with Charlie Kirk.
Okay, let's start with Alex is drunk again. And if he gets any drunker, he's going to ask Rusty Trombone for a lap dance. Obviously, the story here is that he was murdered by Israel for not being Israel-friendly enough.
And Charlie Kirk, the text messages are public, had the Israel lobby on his ass because he was lobbying Trump against an Iran war during Midnight Hammer. A few months later, he's dead. And so day one, people said Israel did it. I said, I'm not going to say that day one. But now that you look at it and the statements that have been made.
Yeah, like day 7, day 12, day 108.
The ADL saying 2 months ago, the same energy we had with pagers killing Hamas, exploding pagers, we need the same energy against the American people.
But we need the kind of genius that manufactured Apollo Gold pagers and infiltrated Hezbollah for over a decade to prepare for this battle.
You have Mark Levin making threats. You have all this.
Goddamn, he's fucked up.
What's going on? You have them wanting to arrest Tucker Carlson. You have to look at it and say that Israel, the elements running Israel, are the main suspects in this now. And that's just a reality. That's just a fact. And you've got all.
And sorry, who gives a shit? I got to tell you, it's less concerning that a foreign government might kill an influential American than it is that the fucking head of the FBI and the president of the United States and his DNI are actively covering for them. In which case, I would argue that since it happened on our soil, they're the actual murderers. Letting a murder happen by somebody else, when you could have stopped it, arguably makes you the murder weapon. Why the fuck do we give a shit about the Israelis that were in on it? Other than eventually you should go after anybody who murdered someone, clearly. But isn't the bigger piece of news that the fucker that you helped get elected and all the fuckers he put in power that you were rooting for, Kash Patel, Tulsi Gabbard, all that crowd, they're behind this murder and are making sure that there is no justice? That, I mean, if that's your theory, you're just as much to blame as anybody that fucking paid for the internet that was used to Google the doctor in Utah or whatever the fuck Candace Owens has been saying.
All the big Israeli groups saying no matter how many billions we spend in propaganda, it's not working. Everyone's turning against us. Well, that's the point. It's the Streisand effect.
That's the Streisand effect.
So the answer is just back off, stop your expansion. You defeated Hezbollah and Hamas. Iran has been degraded. Stop going for regime change.
And just count yourself lucky that you managed to kill Charlie Kirk and send Kash Patel a fruit basket.
Stop destroying the world economy. You know, in the name of this, stop being so self-centered.
Yeah, it's the selfishness that I think of all the things, it's so selfish. The death.
And then we can move on to a new phase.
Yeah, move on to a new phase. You mean you'll forget about this. So the idea is that Israel did this on purpose, and they killed Charlie Kirk. They had him murdered, and they got bribe. I guess they're extorting or bribing. I'm guessing extortion. They've got extortion materials. They're blackmailing Trump, and you just want them to stop so you can move on. Everybody just I'll put down my guns, and you put down the real Epstein files you have a copy of, and we'll all leave Trump alone to fuck up the economy like he was before all this shit started.
But the current course we're on, Israel has taken itself from being an underdog country in the Gallup polls to the most unpopular country in the world. And Israel has all these nuclear weapons. I don't want to destroy Israel. I don't want to drive them in the ocean. But Israel has set up a scenario to make itself at the center of this global fourth turning. this great change and this awakening of the establishment, and Israel saying, we will censor you, we will control you. The head of Meta says, oh, Israel controls all the censorship. Whether that's true or not, Israel
I'm guessing not.
is literally doing everything and saying everything you do if you wanted to pit yourself against the world. And there's a lot of interest over there. They're like, hey, we do this, we'll get great power out of it. America's backstopping us, so let's do it. But it's an insane gamble. And you see the IDF going public.
Yeah, again, why the fuck are you even talking about this? Your premise is they killed Charlie Kirk. And Kash Patel is helping them cover it up. Knock off this fucking, they're losing the PR war. Get the fuck out of here. Who cares? You're accusing them of murder. And then you're like, and people think they're rude.
Public today saying we were ordered to kill all the men. You see the IDF releasing footage of the mass of people. So because Israel isn't some monolithic evil.
Also, is Rusty's monitor on the table in front of him? And that's why he's looking down like this? Or is there a giant spider on the... Rusty, fart once if you're guilty of sexual assault. I mean, sorry, fart once if there's a giant scary spider on the table. Oh, sorry. So you were just guilty of sexual assault? I see. All right. Well, sorry, I was trying to help you. I don't know why.
I'm defending Israel, people in Israel right now. They're coming public and exposing it all. So to the evil forces that think
And you don't want us exposing ourselves.
They have control of all the Jews in the world, this is not going the way you want. They think they get a big...
Oh, I see. He was just pushing his ad thing because he doesn't have a producer anymore because of the rapey stuff. So he's running his show. It's like my little button here, you know. Hey, subscribe. You should do that, right? That's what he's doing. He's not paying attention to what he might be dozing off like Trump. We don't know.
Big enough threat against Jews that will scare all the other Jews to support what Netanyahu's doing, who's a convicted criminal. So that's really what's happening here.
Thank you, Alex. One of the things I've learned from this conversation today is that real power is not earthly power.
Oh, fuck off. God damn this faux Christian bullshit. I got news for you, dummy. Any power that is beyond the power of man is none of your goddamn business. And you are not talking about that power. You're talking about what men are doing to other men and women and children. So shut the fuck up and stop talking about the fact that, you think their punishment will be in hell or your reward will be in heaven when you helped Trump get elected because you saw something in him that you saw reflected in yourself. Namely the fact that he's been a sex pest and a predator his whole fucking life.
And on this plane, there is a war taking place, but as it says in scripture, the participants are celestial, difficult, extrasensory. I've learned that
it doesn't say they're difficult and extrasensory.
Sixth sense.
Go find that fucking Jesus. Go find the difficult and extrasensory description of demons, I guess, that walk among us in your copy of the Bible. Sit there like you did on Piers Morgan going, it's here somewhere, isn't it? I don't know. I thought I found it, Oh. Upper class twit of the year.
Sense that we might cultivate, that extra sense that ain't about sensory information from the...
Oh, my God. Even if you don't like what you're seeing from Trump, because it's all shit the bed, forget that I helped him get elected. Forget that I fucking said he was great and I shit on the woman that was running and the guy that was before goes to church every fucking day. Forget who actually cares about his family and spends time. Forget I said all that and imagine a world beyond this mortal coil and just listen for the whispers of the still small voice that maybe it will tell you that I fucking... What I meant to say was...
From the material world.
In the material
is where we might find connection with God and solutions.
You can't find connection with God outside the material world because you got a fucking body, don't you? Like Ozzy said, you know, everybody wants to go to heaven, but they're afraid to die.
Solutions, ways of living differently.
Yeah. I'm glad you and I live differently. Fuck you.
Looking at life differently. Thank you for endorsing. Again, it's like when I talk about like the idea of running for mayor, I want the system to change. It doesn't matter who does it. I'd like someone else to do it, to say, make London fully democratic. Let the people of London run London. Let the people of the United States of America run America.
Right. And you're not American, so eat shit. Piss off.
The establishment must recognize
that, fuck, I think Rusty Trombone roofied me.
We're entering
Never let the establishment, by establishment, I mean Rusty Trombone, fix you a drink. And if you're a bar and Rusty Trombone rolls up on you, just put your hand on top of your drink. Animal, vegetable, or mineral, he will do anything to anything. He is a colossal pervert.
During a fourth turning, a total revolutionary progress.
The fourth out of 9 turnings.
You better get out of the way of it or you will be defeated. And I want you to run for mayor. It's beautiful. This is the...
You can't. Look, Trump stayed out of jail by running for president. Maybe I can stay out of jail by running for mayor. They can't prosecute a candidate for mayor. I'll claim they're trying to deny people their desires and let the voters decide if I'm a rapist.
This is the time of change. And
you should, I'm going to change to light beer, I think, probably a good idea.
Exactly. It's about changing the system. And by going after the current system, we will...
Yeah, we need, first of all, we need a new system where the old system was, that we make out of a system that's built on a different system than the system that we have. Luckily, I'm a millionaire, so I can just sit back and watch everybody else struggle in the new system that won't work. Fucking commies.
Will trigger the events that will then lead to the best synthesis of ideas for the best option for humanity.
That's a great idea. Great. I got a great option. Here's a good idea. How about you fuckers stop backing pedophiles for president?
Black Forest's NMN has been back.
Oh, fuck off, ad. All right, I'm gonna let you guys go. Appreciate the oh shit. I almost got found out again with that again. We almost triggered it again. It was very terrifying. Much love to you guys. I will see you tomorrow. Big Friday Eye tomorrow. I'm going to tease it, though. I got to tease it on the way out the door. Let's see. This was fucking crazy. It's a 24-hour live stream that's going on right now of Figure 3 sorting packages. And I just have to say, like, this has got to be Bernie Sanders' fucking nightmare in this whole thing. Hold on. I'm going to show you. It's 32 hours now where this thing is. It's still going to be going tomorrow. This thing goes around in a circle and all the packages go back. So what does it got to do? It has to make sure that the package label is facing down. That's its gig. That's what you have to do when you're in one of these sorting facilities. And that's what it does. So it pushes it along, pats it, takes it a second. There you go. Some of them don't come out evenly. There's one. Turn it over. It occasionally makes a mistake, but most of the time it does pretty well. It's learning while it does it. God damn it. Get over here. There you go. Come on, Gary. Go for it, Gary, man. You can do it. 32 hours straight. And by the way, he'll finish. He'll run out of battery at some point. And unless he's standing on a charging thing. I don't know. Maybe that's the case. But you'll notice there's these other guys in the background, and they're doing this. This is 32 hours, 38 minutes, and 26 seconds. Cranking right now. It's probably still going to be running tomorrow during Friday Eye. I'm just telling you. So... I'm rooting for Gary. I can't help but feel bad. Feel bad for Gary. Poor Gary. This is a 01 song called Perforated Mind from the Sisyphus Years, which is coming out in June. That's my band. All right, I'll see you guys later. Take care of yourselves and take care of somebody else. Go see Liberal Dan. Tell him I said hi.
In the year of misery, on the day of my 19, in the hour that goes unseen, second comes the thing. I know it's real and then it's gone. Is it like this for everyone? In the space between I do, in a heartbeat it slips through, between a crystal and the floor, a wave and the shore. A perfect word that I can't say, but I keep trying anyway. In broken time, a dream sublime, in my perforated mind. Awoken, unbroken.
Yeah, I sing along with my own stuff while I'm shutting the show down. It happens.